The Detroit Lions. First, let's start off at the beginning. The offseason. The Detroit Lions. The offseason started when they lost to Seattle. Badly. I don't know how they lost. They should have never even played Seattle first of all. I don't know why they did. And then secondly, this was actually before they played Seattle. Bob Quinn decided to keep Jim Caldwell, which I disagree with completely. Honestly, I thought they should have got rid of him. But then again, there was a stat that said he was one of 2 coaches in Lions history that made the playoffs twice in the first 3 years. So after I saw that stat, that's not too good. And honestly, with Bob Quinn, I wouldn't mind having Jim Caldwell stay for a while because Bob Quinn is doing some really good stuff this offseason. Honestly, if it was Martin Mahan, I would have been like, fuck that dude, get the hell out of there. Yeah. They lost to Seattle, and then they kind of just left. And, like, it was no doubt they're going to lose, that they would lose to Seattle. Everyone knew they were going to lose to Seattle. But, yeah. And it's funny because then Seattle got crushed next week against Atlanta. But, yeah. Then, fast forward, because honestly I don't... Fast forward to the free agency. Bob Quinn got the players that they needed to get. One of them, like, they got a defensive tackle. They need right guard. They got a right guard, and they got everything that they needed. Bob Quinn is doing some damn good stuff for the Lions. If it weren't for him, the Lions would probably be 0-16 again. TJ Lang, he's a really good player that went from the Packers to the Lions. That was great. What else? Anquan Boldin decided to come back for another season. Well, that's good. How long is he going to be done after that? I don't know. But he's back for another season because that's a good thing because he was actually one of our decent players last year. He was a good player last year. One of them. Oh my God. There's more than one player. What do you know? Yeah, so Bob Quinn, he can stick around for Detroit his entire life. I don't care that if he's going to be doing moves like that. Good for him. I mean, right now Detroit's doing some really good stuff. Really good stuff. I don't even know how good. Hopefully I'm not too close to that damn car. Oh, that's going to be fun. Oh, no, I'm not. Sorry, I'm in my truck and I'm in a parking lot. And some people are coming by. I always feel like I'm too close to other people, but that's not part of the plot. So anyway, Bob Quinn picked up some good guys off of free agency. And I think the reporter from ESPN for the Lions, I know Adrian Peterson is out there, but the reporter from ESPN said that Adrian Peterson would not be a good fit for Lions. Honestly, I agree with the dude. He's not going to be a good fit. He's better off somewhere else. But they do need a running back. With Abdullah and Riddick hurt, I don't know what's going to be the stats with them this upcoming season. But with them hurt, they could use a running back when it comes to the draft. The draft, 4 weeks away. They can just build on their free agency and continue building up the team. Almost to the point where they actually have good people on the team. Oh my God. To the good people on the team so that way they can actually go out there and win games. Actually win the damn game not within the last 2 seconds of the game, they can actually maintain the damn lead the entire game, because the only time they did that last season was with the New Orleans Saints. Maybe when they get the good players, with the good players they have now, they can actually do that. And with the good offensive line, they can protect Stafford more. And whoever's going to be the running back can actually move the run game more this upcoming season. So they can actually get a better run game and actually do something instead of getting a yard or two every time they decide to run the ball. Because the only thing they could have done last season was throw it, and then the occasional run where you get past 5 yards or more. Actually, this happened yesterday. I saw this on it. One more thing I want to show you yesterday. This happened yesterday. I heard it yesterday. I don't know if it actually happened yesterday. But at the owners' meetings in Arizona, Rod Wood, president of the Detroit Lions, he actually bid for both another Super Bowl in Detroit and bringing the NFL draft to Detroit. Honestly, they're not going to win the Super Bowl, because the NFL, the way those work, they look for warm climate and new stadiums. They're never going to go to old climate, and they don't go to outdoor stadiums in the north. The only exception was New York, because you can't have the biggest event happening in the United States not to be in the biggest city of the United States. That's the only exception that they ever had. But yeah, they'll be more likely to get the draft. Now that the draft's moving around, I'll be so happy that if they get the draft, I'll probably go down there. Because yeah, that's how psyched I am. Honestly, if they get both, it'll be even better. It'll be better for the city of Detroit. Be better. And you know what? Detroit has really grown. The downtown area has really grown since the last time they got the Super Bowl in 2006. So if they can get the Super Bowl again, then there'll be so much more to do back down there. And even the NFL draft, there'll be so much to do down there. And you have all these college players coming, waiting for the draft. All these owners. It brings so many people down there, and it'll be so much for the business. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on what they're doing this offseason so far. I think Bob Quinn's doing a good job, and he can continue the great work that he's always been doing since he even got hired a season and a half ago. So yeah. Alright, checking out. Bye.